Welcome to PCG Grace Congregation Community 11 Tema. We are 38 years and we are grateful to have you today. But we don't know your names. So definitely, I would want you to introduce yourselves. We'll start from the gentleman. They be a ladies first. So gentleman.
My name is Kwame Osubuati.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please.
Your friend Tinaya Samoa.
Mo. Pamochoene, yaba betwetwe nkomo ayefa brigade ho. Nti ya sorry mu de ne ye 12 Tema Company of the Boys and Girls Brigade. Na 38 years in ye, sorry, esi fapima ewo committee 11 ha. Ye wo brigade. Nti me pese me hu ene so de ye wo ye first captain, mema captain wo ha. Nti officer me pa cho. Obeka abakosem kakra bia fa brigade hu amayen.
Thank you, Anita. I would say the brigade started somewhere in 1995. I remember my first interaction or association with the brigade was when I came to watch a football game at the Presec Park. At that time, the area boys used to play at the Presec Park. It's me, Philip Lamte, Richard Kankau. We came to watch a game at the park. Then during the game, we were called by somebody I've forgotten that training be koso for brigade officers in the church. So we should come and be part of it. I was not sure of what that was about, but that was our entry into the brigade. Apparently, the church had brought the district council of Tema Brigade to train new officers into the brigade. And this training was ongoing, but they didn't have the numbers of Grace Congregation youth to be part of the training as officers. So we bumped into the training program. It was a week-long program. We came to watch the game on a Monday. The brigade training had also started on a Monday. So we went in, and that was the beginning. So we joined the training right from Monday through up to Friday, and we assimilated the values of the brigade at that point in time. And that was the genesis of the brigade in the church. But actually, the first enrollment was done somewhere in 2006, when from the training, we had to gather boys and girls in the church, train them about the modus operandi of the brigade, and now introduce the brigade into the church. So basically, that's the genesis of the brigade in the church.
That's great. So, lady in red tie. So tell us about yours too.
Me mom the main kind said children service sometime be omoba say ye Betty Brigade into what we need ho time say mumbra. Me dem say me but I just wanted to join. It's that time no so and there ye di mika ne koka ho ti ye koka ne say training ne bibiana say si a ye gusu obi na me adom ye gusu o me njai
Into journey brigade no we di saying.
I checked me by the time we got red tie, so I'm presuming say yeah. That's why I said within 7 to 8 years.
Wow. Ye share senior brigade in Shishayetia. Meaning say we work or we operate on 4 pillars. It is our 4 pillars mun church mu kwanya afa so asesa mo abrabo. Because sorry no na youth be brave but mu decide say mbeba brigade. Inti no sa brigade intete no kwan be na afa so a asesa mo abrabo.
Medical like I said, Senator Kayano, when it started, we had to go to the generational groups, that is the children's service, and largely the JY, to canvass for more members. And that helped because as we introduced the brigade to the church, as officers, because the brigade cannot exist without boys and girls.
Yes.
Officers don't go into the brigade. And that helped. So we got parents sending their case when we spoke about, there was announcements in the church for that. But how our assistant Abrabon say we a leader, not say Udi Mofra anymore. Mofra a kubia they see a lot through our actions. And it checks you, the officer said, so I'm saying discipline. Am I disciplined? I'm saying respectful. Am I respectful? So naturally, for us as officers, you have to be live about the values of the brigade and make sure say the values of the brigade are embedded in your personal life. And that's the only way you can transmit those values into the case. Until it checks you, then it enables you to also be able to transfer those values into the kids. And that, for me, that is how the brigade helped me. In most of my leadership abilities and work that I've done in the church and the society, the values of the brigade has stood with me up to now. The issues of discipline, respect, timeliness, obedience, reverence, and all these values have been with me up to now, even into the corporate world. For me, I would say that a lot of the leadership skills that I've practiced in the corporate world started from the brigade, being a captain, because as a captain, you are like the president of the brigade. You interact with the church, the leadership of the church, through your session rep, and other members like the patrons and patronesses. And as you coordinate, it helps you to build leadership skills. And that helped me very well in the corporate world up to today.
That's nice.
Okay. Me so make your 4 pillars no physical, spiritual, social, and educational. Physical no eboa me pa cause na me ni match. But at least me ba brigade me yeah, left and right and wheels ne nneɛma ne nyinaa and up to now ɛboa me ɛna yɛka ne sɛn social no so no human interaction ɛboa yɛ bebree me personally brigade a na ɛboa me ma asɔre enrollment bi meyɛ liturgy ne nneɛma 1 or 2 bi sɛdeɛ interact with nipa brigade aboa me paa on that aspect no ɛna the religious aspect so no mekae first brigade woba a o memory verse deɛ memory verse baako a na mmienu bi deɛ wɔ sɛ ohu ka na nnwom toɔ so deɛ ne nyinaa boa yɛ ama sɛsi a ne ɛboa yɛ wɔ yɛ dwuma mu ne gye ne brigade a yɛwɔ no ɛboa yɛ paa nti no saa 4 pillars ne deɛ and most of all discipline ne deɛ ɛne deɛ aboa me personally everywhere me making sure say discipline ne I'm disciplined because I'm a brigader wherever I go nti aboa me paa.
You are a brigader wherever you go. Mepacho nti yɛhwɛ yɛkyi a saa time no kebot mmɔfra no a na first no mo ne ɔmo yɛ adwuma no ɛne mmɔfra no a aba sisia no nso so yɛda ntɛm. So how do we manage this? Because then sɛ na mo can discipline pacho, do we still have that in the brigade now?
I would say every generation has its own dynamics. I remember people like Victor, Apenyo Jr., Kate, Enoch, Odame Usu, a lot of them, Godwin Dogbefu and the likes. Some of them actually even joined the brigade from other churches. That is one of the things that the brigade did for this church. Because of our modus operandi, playing the drum. You bought drum nekeka. On a Sunday when we are rehearsing, it attracted boys and girls from all over the community to come and join this church. Some were from Pentecost, some from Assemblies of God, and other churches, and they came. You see, sir, their level of discipline and responsiveness to the brigade was very high. Now technology is here with us. Some of our kids, even parents, give a lot of gadgets to kids. On a Sunday, some parents don't even want to release their kids now to come to the brigade because they don't see the value. But I want to encourage everyone and every parent, say, nneɛma na yɛsua wɔ brigade no ɛyɛ nneɛma a yɛn as parents yɛntumi nkyerɛ mmɔfra no wɔ fie. There are the missing gaps that they need beyond what is taught in school and what is taught in the church because of the four-sided pillar of physical, social, educational, and the religious or spiritual activities. And these 4 corners, it helps the child to develop four-sided. But if we are seeing near man no technology no and the numbers of kids who come to the brigade are low.
Very low.
In the past, I remember one family, the Kwe family, they come with a bus. The whole family come with a bus. We will not 20, 15. I bet you on my park. No more PA. Then they come to the meeting. And then enter. But we can go back to that period because if we appreciate the value of the brigade in the church and how it has influenced activities in the church and persons in the church, now a lot of them, you see them and they are very responsible adults, young adults in the church, including you, Anita. So I think that we should encourage it some more.
Thank you so much. Say share asori mu a, I know you've already stated that part, but share asori mu a, maybe I think we have some myths when it comes to brigade. Oh, brigade de omuko di agro. Oh, brigade de omuko wasting more time. Oh, brigade de, and some parents even think that from 3 to 5 for no, obetumi adante be ma mofana ko brigade. Please, what do you have to say about that part? Because I don't think brigade is just about whiling away time. So what can you tell parents? Pacho, you did 38. 38 a brigade awa sorry mu ache. Nti mumfa saa mmere nton brigade kakra. Mumma parents ni hu say brigade no eboa mo ma no in so many ways. Kebot, you are a great man. We can't overlook that part. Tina is a great woman. Tina body say an man kitten nyina wo brigade. Enti say megidi say bibi papa e wo ho ntina ɔde ne mma nso aba yi. Pacho wate ase. Nti den na mobɛka kyerɛ parent. Obi a ɔbɛba bɛhwɛ video yi biara no, den na mobɛka kyerɛ no ama no anya ahomkenka aba brigade ne ma.
I would say, firstly, yeah, as parents in the church, nobody should discount the value of the brigade for the individual. The brigade is not about the group, it's about the individual, the boy and the girl. And that's our modus operandi. Say, entity in church, any it's about transforming every boy or every girl. And even for us, the officers, I say us because I still consider myself as an officer. A lot of the public speaking that I do today is because of the brigade. I can stand and I've stood on stages all over the world, to speak. And it's because I had confidence. When you're a parade commander, that's what people don't know. It's not just about shouting and commanding the troop. Say, a parade, yeah, so a parade. No, it's breaking that about your confidence and ability to speak and communicate. We used to talk about social vices,
Yes.
campus life, issues that you encounter as kids when you go to the campus, that is high school, university. When I was doing those topics in the past, what I didn't know was that those activities was inculcating in me the ability to communicate. Because when you're able to talk to Nkwala, boys and girls, and get them engaged, there's no way say only adults ekasa, you cannot engage them. So and there I go into forums and I stand up to speak and I see the value of the brigade coming back to me in a different, because I've practiced the skill of communication right from the brigade as an officer. That's just one. But all the attributes, discipline, self-respect, reverence, and all those values that we share as brigade officers, once you imbibe them, it shapes you. And that's how it shapes, or it has shaped all the people or persons who have been through the brigade over the years. I have not seen a brigade boy or girl who is wayward. And at a point in this church, the entire leadership of the YPG were brigade officers or former brigade officers.
Wow.
From president up to the last person within the YPG. They were brigade officers. And at that time, you could see the YPG moving in glorious heights. So the impact of what the brigade deposits in each individual, it transforms the individual and it shapes the entire society. And I want to encourage every parent, say, if your child is not in the brigade, yes, being a JY is good and we encourage that. being that children's service is good and we encourage that. But if both of them, both the JY and the children's service, come together and join the brigade, because it was a national policy of the President Church that every JY and children's service member should be a brigade member. But here we have a situation where some parents don't allow their kids to come to the brigade, but they don't know what they are missing. And what they are missing is the gap between the spiritual that we do in the junior youth service and the children's service, and the combination of the social, the educational, and the physical that the brigade presents. And that is what shapes the total development of the individual. And that's what the brigade says in the boys' brigade say, to train the boys to become true Christian what? Manliness. Become a man and you are an embodiment of what God wants you to be. Total development. I'm yet to see somebody who has gone through the brigade and doesn't have that.
That is great. Very profound. So, Tina.
Patrol, when him say Grace Presby, bebre fi say brigade ne, yɛde ane sɛ first Sunday, yɛbɛhyɛ uniform ne abɛpresent colours. Ɛno ano no nti ɔmo de brigade no yɛadeɛ ne sɛ yɛbɛ but yɛde flags bɛba, yɛpɔn ane abɛgye flags ne kɔ. Na Sunday yɛabɛnenam ha. Ɛnte saa. Yɛsua nneɛma bebree sɛdeɛ ɔsa Kwame kae no. Meme time conversations bi a officers ne yɛ have yɛ, especially SS Life say. Mesua nneɛma bebree wɔ brigade ansa mekɔ SS. Because nti mekɔ SS na menim nneɛma bebree. And metumi aka akyerɛ mu nkwalaa ne ba brigade a yɛne ɔmo especially social aspects no. Yɛne ɔmo bɔ nkɔmmɔ, yɛne ɔmo yɛ nneɛma bi a parents no kwa ntumi ne nkwalaa ne nyɛ saa nti they open up to us and they tell us a lot of things. I was say you correct ɔmo anasɛ wɔ sɛ advice ɔmo a yɛbɔ ɔmo. Nti mesua mo brigade ne deɛ ɛnyɛ marching nko a. Marching nso deɛ ɛboa paa mom. Ɛboa paa but ɛnyɛ no nko a. Physical aspects no, educational aspects no, yɛyɛ quizzes, yɛyɛ talks, yɛyɛ games, yɛyɛ nneɛma bebree ebie yɛ adwene mu. Camp meetings. Ɛna brigade so ɛma yɛtu kwan bebree. Me say brigade na ɛma me call girls camp wɔ Winneba. Officers camp wɔ Winneba nka me nkɔ obi da saa. Wokɔ so a wohyia nkɔɔfo bebree. Brigade na ɛnyɛ Grace pɛ. The whole Ghana. It's even worldwide.
Yes.
Nti no wotumi kɔ conferences ne nneɛma wohyia nkɔɔfo bebree. Ɛboa ne networking. Ɛna leadership ne deɛ menhu as at now my colleagues menhu obi a wafa brigade mu a ɔnyɛ bold to stand in public and talk to people. Most of us are now for bebree a me ne ɔmo hyɛ aseɛ wɔ brigade no bebree presently asɔre mu deɛ bebree are in leadership positions. Bebree from so ɔmo bɛgyina no ɔmo ne yɛn kasa sɛsɛ ɔmo betumi akasa because brigade gave us the chance to learn how to do those things. Oba opening of meetings deɛ obi abɛyɛ bi. Nti wonim kasa koraa yɛ encourage wo okɔgyina hɔ ka ne sei edu enrollment a mmɔfra no wei yɛ sɛ wei ɛboa mo ɛma ɔmo tumi open up tumi sua nneɛma bebree nti mesrɛ mo brigade no marching ne deɛ yɛyɛ but ɛnyɛ no nko ara na yɛyɛ nti wopɛ sɛ ɔba no ɔbuild up school ne deɛ ho hia but wopɛ sɛ ɔbuild up saa four-sided pillar social life no physical life educational life no religious life na mesrɛ wo fa ne bra brigade. 12 them a campaign, we are always open. And yeah, welcome you be and yam friend and qua penyumfo bia ya welcome. Umbra Nyan build the brigade, no nyan to mean build the Grace Presby so.
I will add up to say, Anita said,
Okay.
There are missing gaps for us as parents, what we can do for our kids. Anytime, we hardly sit down with our kids and we don't know the world in which are omuwomo. But what the brigade does is that it enables the officers to interact with these kids.
That's true.
And reorient them about some of the gaps that they have. The gaps that we, the parents, are not able to fulfill. And additionally, a boy in the total development of the boy or the girl. I would say, maybe a brigade captain. Nyamiadum, a boy member, chairman for the North Tema district for 8 years.
Wow. 8 years.
4 years.
Very solid.
2 different tenors. And those 8 years, and what it did for me was that I learned a lot of leadership skills. So when I went into the corporate world, say I could chair a meeting as maybe a CEO, as leader, or wherever I go, there was no problem. Because I learned it from the brigade. All the meeting protocols, all the orderliness, all the processes that you need to go through to conduct meetings, even how to bring people into meetings and all. I learned it through that chairmanship period. So, Sakolano joined, even if it's on your officer poor, there's some level of deposit in Akolano. And that is what shapes the future of Akolano. And me and Sheno say a match in here, but drum. I know there just something to attract Nkwalano into the brigade. Say the medical can. You bought drum and I say you bought trumpet in a choir.
No, Moba.
Nkwalano community no Omoba. That's a clarion call.
Okay.
But behind the drums and the marching,
there are a lot of things happening.
And during our retreats, our camp meetings, our excursions, and our what do you call it?
Training seminars
and activities within the district and the region and the national level. No, yeah, officers in the issue, we discover ourselves. We discover ourselves. I discovered myself in the brigade, and I'm going so I discover Komakasa.
Ebeda mo ase bebree, meda mo ase pa say yeto yensa frame moba. But PCG Grace Congregation Committee 11 tema edi 38 years. Nti yebeye 3 happy cheers. Minister Brigade mo cheer pa. Ya anya 3 happy cheers just say nkita hu di na ebedi wa ha no NCP meboa. Nti yebeye nsisi a 3 happy cheers to PCG Grace Congregation. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! 3 happy cheers to PCG Grace Congregation Community 11. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! 3 happy cheers to PCG Committee 11 Grace. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray!
Appreciate. BBO. Appreciate. GBO. BB.
Sure and steadfast.
GB.
Follow Christ.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We hope that next time when we invite you, you'll come and make it beautiful like this. Thank you so